I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies. I have a superstar sitting next to me. It's the wonderful Desmonda Cathabel.
Hello,
Hi.
it's me. Hi. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Having the best fun.
Are
the
you?
best time ever.
Are you?
Yeah.
Tired? No?
Oh my god, so tired.
I know.
It's so fun. It's just like emotionally and physically a lot
It is.
in this show.
It
but
is.
It's so fun. Like it feels good. You know what I mean?
You feel like all of your energy is getting put into the right
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, you put that in the exact same word.
I have to ask this to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Pick any role you've ever played.
Right.
What is your pre-show ritual?
Pre-show ritual. I got barely any ritual. The only one that I kind of like always do is when I do my makeup, I sing show tunes.
Okay.
Like as a play in a playlist.
Like musical theatre.
Literally, yeah, just like musical theater tunes, so that I warm up and I'm ready to sing. If that makes sense.
Okay.
It's because like I mean warm up is great and like you do the vocalization,
Yeah.
but like for some reason for me it's not like I'm not really doing like what I'm supposed to be doing in singing.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's just like a gentle, like, you know, singing along to the show tunes, and I love
I
that.
love that. Stagey.
Stagey.
Stagey. I love a stagey gal.
Listen.
I'm a stagey gal.
I'm stagey gal.
What would you say your top 3 sing-along songs would be?
Oh my god, my top 3 sing along song. You know what? My favorite, for like maybe a couple of years now, it's the pop version of Come to Your Senses. You know, they do the movie.
Yeah.
And they do the pop version by Jasmine Sullivan. I'm obsessed with it.
I
It's all
love
the
it.
riffs, it's all the crazy stuff, but also it's still show tune. So I love it.
I love that. There's Colours of Your Wind by Tori Kelly.
What? Really? I love that song.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Really?
going to send it to
Okay,
you.
please.
You're going to die.
Please.
Sometimes when I'm drunk,
Yeah.
I just put that song on and I just sing to it.
Exactly. As you should. I don't know what's the other one. I would say something crazy like Barbara Streisand or
Yeah.
something. Like, you know, like, what do you get? Like Funny Girl or something like that.
Something like
Really
polar opposites what you're just about to sing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very stagey.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, your heritage, were you born and bred in Indonesia?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I moved here only recently, like 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Literally immigrated right here.
Did your family or just you?
Just me, by myself. I didn't know anyone, especially in this industry, because no one from Indonesia has ever trained or like do like musical theater, especially. Like I literally Googled like where to take the master's degree for musical theater, found some schools, applied to them, got into a couple of them, and just decided, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, how old were you?
Like 26.
Okay.
So I'm like, I've lived a whole life before
Wow.
this. I've done my corporate job. I did my uni in another thing. Like it's another life.
I love that about you, because I was a young one. Like I trained at 16, so I love that you were like at 26 years old. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna find my way.
Yes.
What did your family say?
Well, it was kind of crazy because I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them until I got the scholarship. Like I did the whole application, everything, just under the rug. It's kind of like, I'm gonna just do this, pay by myself, and then they offered me a scholarship, and I'm like, guys, they offered me a scholarship, so I have to go. So that's what happened. I'm gonna go. Like, you can't tell me no, because they've literally offered me a scholarship. So that's what happened. I didn't even ask them. I just kind of like, guys,
I'm going.
I'm going. So.
And did they support you?
Of
right?
course. Yeah. They really supported me, but because it wasn't like it's not really like musical theater. Like when I started applying, I guess. Like it wasn't really like a career, so they thought it's like a really fun hobby. Like they
Okay.
always come to my shows and it's like, great, like you're so good at your little thing, you know what I mean? But like it wasn't like, oh, let's do this for your life.
Yeah.
But so like they're supportive, but in the kind of like, what's this thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're eventually like really supportive.
Where did your love for musical theatre grow? Like, what made you think, I want to do this as a career?
Right. It's really the internet. Again, I'm from Indonesia. Like, we don't have a lot of, like, musical theater shows, like, just around. Like,
Yeah.
It's just not really accessible to us. So, like, I remember the first time that I kind of, like, got really curious about musical theater is when I saw the Les Mis movie.
Okay.
Like, the 2012 one. And then I was like, okay, like, I love movies. I love watching them. So, like, I always try to, like, research what's their original, what's the tale, what's the lore of this movie. So, like, I researched it and I found out, like, this, like, the 25th anniversary concert, and like, oh my god, this is musical theater. And then I immediately was obsessed.
Really?
Since that moment. So, like, I just kind of like loved it because like of my like internet exposure. So like all of those videos.
This
I
is the
saw it.
most interesting conversation I
Right.
think I've ever had. Did you always love to sing?
Yeah, yes, but I used to be really shy. I used to be really, really shy. Like, my mom used to literally force me to go on stage. Like, just like, I don't know, do like a little sing along at like a wedding or something. And I was like, you go. And like, I'm like, no, like I would literally shake in my boots. So I didn't really start performing until like, I would say like end of high school, like start of uni. That was like my first like proper, like I'm performing for the public, maybe singing in a band or like something like that. But I used to, really shy, like shaking in my boots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now look at you.
It's crazy.
Doing 8 shows a week on the West
Right?
End.
Like, to
Girl.
like 100, like thousands of people. That's absolutely crazy to me.
So you, obviously, when you did your research, Royal Academy of Music came up.
Yes.
And that is where you trained.
That is where I trained.
I'm pretty sure you're the first guest out of 60-something guests that's trained in Royal Academy of Music.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
You're taking my Royal Academy
my
of Music
gosh.
virginity.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're around, you know. I mean, it's a really small program. It's the only musical theater program in the school, and every year there's only like 30 of us.
Oh, wow.
So it's really
It's quite
tiny.
exclusive.
Yeah, it's because maybe it's because just it's not a drama school, so they
Yeah.
kind of like have this rogue program in their music school, and yeah, that's where we were.
Did you enjoy your time there?
I enjoyed it so much, and I think it's because again, like I didn't know what kind of training I was gonna get. Like I literally had no clue what was gonna, what was I gonna experience from it. So like I just kind of like take it by the second, kind of like, oh my god, this is interesting. Like I'm learning a lot. I'm taking a lot of things. So
Yeah.
for me, it was really great. I mean, like obviously it was hard work, but I just loved it because.
And did you do 1 year or 3 years?
1 year.
1 year.
There's only 1 year program.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
at the Royal Academy of Music. Yeah.
God, that is like a crash course.
Oh
isn't
my
it?
God, yeah.
It's like all this information.
Truly.
Take it in. Go.
Yeah, we literally had like crash course on tap, like on jazz, and I'm like, okay, you expect me to do tap in like what 10 months? Like great. It's crazy, but we ended up being able to do it a little bit. So
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's great, a great crash course.
Hopefully we'll see you tap one day.
Please give me the chance, someone.
And then you won in 2022. You won the
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Sondheim Society Student Performer of the Year.
I did.
How does
did.
that come up?
Well, that's because I just auditioned for it.
Oh, did
because, well, I was still at RAM during that time, obviously. And then, so they just kind of like, oh, the Sondheim competition kind of, opened audition for like every school. So I just applied for it and I just ended up winning, which is crazy, which is also really wild because like that year for me, it was like a very Sondheim year.
Yes.
Really Sondheim year. It was that. And then my final year show was also a Sondheim, and then I was doing the Sondheim Old Friends concert.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, okay, Sondheim year. but
Is
yeah, I love it.
that your vibe?
Sondheim? Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I love Sondheim. I'm a Sondheim girly through and
through.
through. I'm like hoping, praying that I will be in an actual Sondheim show one day.
Well, we'll come back to this clip when there's a What's on Stage
Fantastic.
announcement.
Yes.
Desmonda stars in.
Stars in.
So let's talk about Hadestown.
Yes.
Eurydice.
Yes, girl.
Big role.
Big, oh my God. Dream role.
Dream role.
Dreamiest
You
role.
are playing her right now for how many more months?
Well, the show has been extended until February 2026. So I'd be staying at least until then.
Okay, so book your tickets to go and see her.
Guys, I'm sure.
Haven't seen you yet, but I will. I will. I just worked with Victoria Hamilton Barrett.
Oh my God.
In 9.
I'm
obsessed. Same.
I'm obsessed with her.
Same.
No, honestly, I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this podcast, you have to come and see her as Persephone. She's insane. Like,
I think the whole cast, like, I've heard amazing things about the whole cast.
It's just an amazing group of people. We're having fun like every day, and we're doing a hard job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it is about having fun. Like, sometimes I have to say to myself, we are just dressing up.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Like, you don't need to be stressed out, Amber.
Exactly.
You're putting on a wig.
Dying.
Yeah.
I love your wig.
Oh my God, my ginger bob.
Yes. Oh my God. I love it.
Now I'm thinking, like, do I dye it that colour? I don't know. Anyway, we're going off.
Listen.
So, thoughts and emotions when your agent called you and said, this audition's come in.
Yes.
Were you like, it's mine?
Oh my God. Because I didn't get to audition for the first year because I was already in Aladdin.
Yeah.
So I was like, when it came around the next time, I'm like, guys, like, my agent didn't even have to. I didn't even have to tell my agent. They know.
Yeah.
My final agent showcase, I sang Flowers.
Oh, really?
In my agent showcase. It's like that. I'm like,
I manifested it.
Literally. So like my agent was like, don't you worry about it. Like, we'll get you in. We'll get you in. So I'm like, yes, just get me in the room.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I just one chance.
Yeah. Is this probably the biggest responsibility you've had when it comes to a role?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I feel like, I think the other time that I kind of like felt this level of kind of like stage time and emotion and commitment was when I did Kim, but I was an alternate. So like I didn't have to do it like 7 shows a week.
Yeah.
So this is definitely like the first, and it's also like a year contract. So like it's a very big emotional role and you have to do it.
And you have to like
week.
sustain.
Yeah.
You have to sustain yourself.
Absolutely.
Vocally.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your top tip is to keep a healthy voice?
Healthy voice. Well, in Hadestown, I find like a really specific supplement that I would need like to be on the show, because we're on stage literally the whole time. Like there's no like drinking break, almost like zero. So what I have is like a big bottle of electrolytes and like a saline nebulizer, because it's just like really quickly hydrate.
It does.
The vocal folds like that. So like water doesn't do it quick enough for me anymore.
No.
So that's kind of like essential for me now in the show, and I have never done that before in
Nebulize.
any of the shows. Nebulize, yeah. Like I've never had the need, because like I mean I had breaks and all that, but like this show in particular I really needed the water, obviously, electrolytes and nebulizer. And I feel like to keep it healthy, there was like a group of a cappella uni students on stage door the other day, and they asked the same thing. It's like so how do you sing like that, like healthily every day? And I'm like, if you're feeling any kind of pain, you shouldn't sing like that. Like if you're pushing, if you feel like a strain, like that's just not the route for you. Like, so whatever your body needs to sort of like adjust and kind of like feel safe, that's where you need to like that's your show. So I feel like that's just that, like kind of like finding it in your brain, in your body, to sort of like, oh hey, that's actually not very comfortable and really kind of painful, so like let's find another way to
get that out.
Exactly.
I love that. Because I feel like with Gatsby, I have like one big fat number at the start of the show, basically.
Very big fat.
And you know, the show that I did on press night or on my opening night isn't my show.
Right. Exactly. 100%.
Like as soon as I started to get into the swing of shows, I'm like, that's where that's gonna be.
Exactly.
That's where that's gonna live.
Exactly.
You know?
And also like the adrenaline is so crazy in your opening like or press night. I'm like, the first week I was literally worried, like, what if I can't use this adrenaline anymore? Because like it's getting me through the show like that. Like there's so much like power and so much like, you know, energy, because the adrenaline is like
through the roof.
But and then like once you kind of like settle down, you kind of have to like find it and kind of like, okay, how do I still do it with the same kind of like intensity but not
but not exhaust yourself.
It's not exhaust yourself. Yeah, exactly. So you're so right about that.
That is honestly the things we have to like tackle mentally.
Right. It's really weird.
I just want to talk to you quickly because I've got it down here. You mentioned Kim.
Yes.
In Miss Saigon, you did this at the Crucible, and you were alternate Kim.
I was.
And was this after Jasmine?
Before
Before.
Jasmine,
okay.
yeah.
So mentally, how did you tackle being an alternate?
Right.
I think that is a difficult
It
role
is,
because
it
you're not
is.
building your stamina.
I genuinely think like I find my show on maybe the 6th time I did
Really?
it, and that's obviously because I'm an alternate. I only do it like twice a week, so that's like my 3rd week. You know,
Yeah.
like doing the show basically, and like the first 2 weeks is just kind of like trying out and stuff like that. So it's fun because I feel like every time I go on, it feels exciting. It feels kind of like, oh my god, like, you know, like I get to try like new things, and like it also like I feel like I'm quite a novelty among the cast as well, because like I'm a new energy every time I go on, you know what I mean? Like not in a bad way, just like it's a new energy.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing.
So it feels just like a little bit like exciting like that.
Did you ever get in your head, because you had so much time to think about it until your next show?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I've had a couple of shows where I'm kind of like, I wanted to do something and it didn't really kind of like pan out the way that I did it. And it just kind of like you're in the show, just kind of like blank stare. It's like, oh my god, like just thought about it too much, because like you didn't have a lot of chance of doing it, right? So but I think that's it. Like in the same at the same time, like it's like a really nice, exciting thing whenever you go on, you know. Yeah,
I love that that side of it, actually, rather than it being like, oh my god, I'm daunting.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends that have done alternate,
Right.
and they said like they'd never do it again. Because,
Really?
But
Yeah.
I love that you found like the exciting side of it.
I think, and also because like I've had enough rest time. Because it's such a tough role. I'm like, now that I think about it, like if I do it like every day, like 8 shows a week, for example, I feel like there must be one show, maybe 2-3 shows in the week where I'm like just like okay, you know what I mean? It's not like 100% all the time. But because I was an alternate, I had a proper rest time to sort of like relax, do my little ensemble track, and then go for it. The next time I'm on.
Yeah,
so
I love that for you. And then I want to talk about UK tour of Aladdin.
Yes.
Did you? I feel like you thrived on this tour.
Yeah, I mean, like I was playing a princess. Like it's crazy.
Who doesn't thrive?
Who doesn't try playing a princess? No, it was really fun. I mean, it's a big show, funny show, which I really love, because like then we get to have fun a lot. Like genuinely have fun on stage. We can crack jokes and like make funny choices. Like I love that about the job, and I feel like that actually makes the tour a bit easier for me, because you don't have to like really like, I don't know, pull something out of
from
you.
your bottom of your tummy.
From the bottom of your tummy, exactly. So I feel like it was like a really fun job, and I get to wear the most beautiful wig
costumes
ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, even though sometimes I did want to cry when I wear those 2-piece and I'm on my period. And I'm like, babes, no.
or that Nando's in between
right?
shows.
No, genuinely.
I know. I feel like that. I have these trousers.
Yeah.
And they come like high waisted.
Yeah.
They're just like that extra bit tight for the second show.
And I'm like, I can't breathe.
I know.
Can't sing.
But you're confident. You seem like really confident in yourself and like who you are.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I try my best, but it was a bit hard, especially again with the tour. As a princess, like obviously you are kind of like presented as like someone who, you know, you look like a princess, you're dressed as a princess, and like sometimes inside you don't feel like it. You just kind of like, I feel a little bit like fragile and a bit, you know, sometimes it's hard to like kind of like, you know, like show up like that. So but it's still like quite fun. You can hide also at the same time behind the whole glitz and glam. Yeah.
Would you do another UK tour? Because now that you've like experienced being in the West End,
right?
Like, you know, it's worlds apart being on tour. You're not in your own bed.
No.
Did you do weekly or?
No. We thankfully we had a kind of like a long sit down in each city, so we had we had time to explore, you know,
Okay.
like a nice sit down. But it's still, well, for me, it feels kind of like, because I don't really have a base in this country because I'm not from this country.
Oh, yeah.
So like I don't feel like I need to be home or like something like that. Like even my flat feels like this is a room that I rent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was touring, it just feels like I'm just around, like I'm just floating around the country. So I guess in a way it was fine for me because I didn't have any attachment to like a certain place where I have to go home to. Yeah. So, but it's really interesting, and like I love seeing all of the cities. I don't know if if I want to do it like soon, because like it's just like it's the packing for me. It's the packing, unpacking. I'm
living
like,
out of a suitcase.
no, like that's genuinely it. I love being around, but yeah, just like the packing, the suitcase, the carrying your 2 suitcases through like King's Cross, St. Pancras is not cute.
Not cute. It's so funny as well because like, it's like I think touring's like childbirth, right? Like no, wait,
Really?
wait, listen.
Yes, please.
Because I feel like when you're on tour, you're like, God, I'm not doing this again for a while, and then you forget about like how difficult it is, and then someone will bring up a tour and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I will do a tour.
Maybe I'll do it.
It wasn't that bad. It's like childbirth. It's like, God, I'm not doing that again. And then next thing you know,
It's like, maybe I do want a
you're
baby.
pregnant again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just forget.
Exactly.
So that's what.
So maybe in 2 years I'll forget about it, and I'm like, I'll do another tour.
What would you say has been your favourite moment in your career so far? Because I do want to talk to you about you being a quarter finalist in the ITV talent show.
Oh, yes.
I want to talk to you about that.
Please, yeah.
What
My favorite moment?
Yeah.
It's definitely this job. I mean, Eurydice, again, like it's genuinely, I feel like if I had to play one role in my life, it has to be this role. It's just so close to who I am as a person, my skills as a performer is really close. Like I feel like I get to really like dig into like the skills that I know I'm good at.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it just got everything, the musicality, the singing, the acting, just like being in the music. And it's a really different kind of music compared to like any other musical theater out there. So like it's just a really kind of like unique experience, and I've been a big fan for like since like 2017. Like it was a long time ago. So I think like
I feel like it's so lovely to see someone like you're in love with
the show.
And you're like glowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh girl, the amount of things that I have to just jump through just to be here. So I feel like it's just so much work and like effort and money to just exist here. So I feel like I just gotta love. If I don't love it, I wouldn't be here.
No,
it's just too much. Yeah,
you're doing it because you genuinely love it.
Yes,
that is so wonderful. If you had to say, I have to do this in my career, like achieve this, or I have to play this role, or I have to like what would it be? Have you got something in mind that you're like, I must do this in my lifetime?
Right. I do want to originate a role. Like if it's like a really nice, good material out there, I'm sure there will be like in the future, right? Like, and I'm excited for that prospect, even just really exciting. I really do want to be in a Sondheim show again.
Yeah.
Just like maybe one at the National. Maybe anyone listening? Yeah. So that's also like really like another dream. So I feel like I would love to just like branch to like a lot of like other things. Like I'll just, you know, whatever future holds.
I love that. I love that so much. And then let's talk about it then.
Yes.
Quarter finalist on the ITV talent show, Mamma Mia, I Have a Dream.
Yes, I was.
Did you enjoy the process?
I did. It was a crazy time. I feel like none of us kind of like expected what it was gonna be, because obviously it was a new thing. Like it wasn't like the old talent shows, but it was quite new, a new format to shoot as well, because we were in a different island. We were shooting every day, almost every day, like maybe one day to like learn the song that we're gonna sing the next day. It was wild. Wow. Wild. So
mentally challenging.
Oh, very, 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 very. And I'm like, I feel like I was there to sort of like, I knew I was there so I can just showcase what I can do to like people. So I didn't really put any pressure on myself of like,
okay,
you have to to do the best that you can do. I mean, like, obviously, like, you have to, but like not in the way like you have to win this, or like you have to like go as far as you can. It's just kind of like, if I can just showcase people, like literally like the public, maybe like one skill or like one thing that I can do, like that's enough for me, like in the show. So I feel like,
so that's a really nice way to approach it. No pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I achieved that, and like, and I had a good time. We were in an island, so that was fun.
How long were you there for?
I think me, because I was eliminated like as the quarterfinalist, so I think I was there for like 28 days.
I mean,
almost like a month.
Kind of loving the holiday vibe.
Yeah, very much. We actually had like a couple of days of just like us, you know, being free of the shooting duty. So like that was like the most fun times. We were in the sea. We were just like paddling away. It was like laying on the beach. It was like the best time ever.
And who was your favorite judge?
My favorite judge? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I do love Sam Barks.
I know,
she's
I love
so lovely. And she just like have the nicest, I mean, obviously everyone is so nice. And even Alan Carr, he's a riot. Every time we see him after the show, like he's always kind of like ready to party. So like I love the energy as well. And Amber, because like
it's Amber.
It's Amber. And also like, what do you mean you're here? Like, what do you mean you're literally watching me sing? Like, I watch you sing like Glee and like,
I know.
Literally, like that was my first exposure to like musical theater. Maybe like it's crazy to me. And Jessie Ware,
were you nervous? Do you suffer with nerves?
I feel like my nerves kind of like manifest in like a really strange way. Usually, I just blank. Like I'm not jittery. I'm not like losing my breath, but I would like literally blank out. Like especially in auditions, I would just like, if I'm really nervous, I would not remember a single thing. I would not remember like my line.
Yeah,
no.
You'll do all of the work to get in there to be like,
It's like, guys, I'm so sorry. I need to like, take out the
that's
paper.
Fine.
Yeah, but not really nervous.
Not like shaking.
No, yeah. So and also again, it was like a really cool experience, and I was fortunate enough to get really good materials when I was in the show. It was a lot of ballads, and I love ballads.
Who doesn't?
I feel like I was thriving in those ballad songs. So I just had the best time.
I love that. I feel like I was thriving in those ballad songs.
Yeah, so they made the right decision of giving me all of the ballads.
I love that so much. And then you did, was it Lorraine?
Lorraine, yeah. From Here to Eternity.
I saw you in it.
What?
Yeah.
At Charing Cross Theatre.
Yeah. And can I just say, that was my first introduction to you.
What? That's so random. That was like my first job out of school.
I know. And you were amazing.
Really?
And I remember thinking, she's going to go far.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that was a really interesting...
I loved it, From Here to Eternity.
It was really like gritty, really like, because again, it's Charing Cross Theatre, under the train tracks. It feels really like we're in the dungeon, you know? Really like down in the bunker, it feels. So, and it was so really cool. Like we get to meet Tim Rice.
Yeah.
Like, crazy icon. Again, like it was like my first job out of drama school, and I was basically one of the female leads. So I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, it was so cool.
That's a real interest in theatre as well. Yeah. Isn't it? It's very intimate.
Very intimate. Like it's a traverse staging, and like the material is like, it's basically based from like a 1950s movie. So like, you wouldn't think you'd get that role like out of drama school. Do you know what I mean? Like it's quite mature. It's quite like, again, gritty. And the song that I have in that show is really lovely because it's a musical theater song, but I'm not belting Fs. Like, no. It's really alto friendly. Like, and I love that very much, like giving tone. Like, so it's a really nice, cool job.
You've given us some great one-liners today.
Great. Compile it all.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. If you are signed up to our Patreon, I'm going to be asking Desmonda some extra questions that you guys have asked us to ask them. So yeah, see you in a sec.
See you in a sec.
Bye.